I'm going to be working on the S10 Blazer again. I haven't worked on it since May. I haven't touched it. So that's May, June, July, August, September. So nearly 4 months. But I'm ambitious. I want to get my own vehicle running because right now I've been borrowing vehicles and it's been just a little bit of anxiety. That's all. I got to get back on track because I took a little bit of hiatus from the vehicle thing. I got rid of 4 broken cars in the last 4 months, so I guess that means 1 car a month, even though 2 of them went bye-bye at once, and then the 2 other ones went bye-bye by themselves. I had them recycled, so it wasn't like a major loss because I did buy broken cars for a broken price, and then it's been the hard. Some of what I share with you in these videos is going to help you out. So what I have here is a 1989 S10 Blazer. I did drive it around the block quite a few times, but the oil pressure was all jacked up, and since then I replaced the oil pump. So take a look at my other videos. I did a video about spark plugs already, so I'm going to just show a little bit of spark plugs in this video. I'm going to show a little bit of compression test, just a little bit of different things about this S10 Blazer. But let's go do a little walk around the S10 Blazer and then we'll get to work. Well, I'm trying to get motivated to get back at this car again, this Blazer S10. Really trying to, so bear with me. I just been intimidated. I just haven't been that ambitious about this project lately because it might need an engine, honestly, but I'm going to do some inspections. The first thing I'm going to do is a compression test, and then if that looks good afterwards, then I'm gonna check timing chain, and if that looks good, then I'll just put it all back together after I take a scope and check out all the pistons, because I need to be able to look inside those pistons and see if there's any damage. But if it fails the compression test, then there's probably something wrong with the compression. When we last left off on this episode, we have taken the valve cover off. Notice it's pretty messed up. So what I'm probably going to do now, because eventually I'm going to have to do this. Oh shoot, I pulled all the spark plugs off. Oh, that's cool. That's going to be fine because I don't need spark plugs on it when I'm doing a compression test. We don't need the coils, and then these things will spew out gas every time I crank it, because what I'm going to have to do is crank it to do the compression test. I go from the side, remove all the spark plugs. Six spark plugs total. I'm going to remove all of them and then do the compression test. But while I remove them, I could inspect the spark plugs and see if I blew up any of them. But if it's honestly, I have to do some research and look into it, but if it is a intake manifold explosion, like what happened, does it mean that it intake. So yeah, the explosion happened on an intake, not an exhaust. Removing the oil pan has been a total cluster. Seriously. I had to remove a lot of stuff to get that oil pan out. That's why I'm going to make sure everything's operating properly before I do anything else, before I assemble anything. I do have half a mind to just put everything on a truck and then go have it done by a professional. But I think that's probably, you know, the whole thing about pride comes before destruction, and I've had a lot of humbling experiences in this car thing. Ooh, I have a guest. Hello. You want to interview? Or you want to bust me? Oh, you probably want to bust me. Okay, go away. Ugh. Creepy. Anyways, so this is the S10. This is a 4x4. I'm not really too crazy about badges. I'm going to remove all the badges. I do have a fender. See, this fender's bent, dented. The way this fender is sealed, it's hard to get the dent out. So I did buy another fender. I'll show you it right now. That's it. So this is all kind of just a walk around of the S10 Blazer. And this, see, like I said, I'm not really into badges and whatever. So I'll peel that off. I could get a big Chevy bow tie right in the middle of the tailgate. But people who know cars know this is a S10 Blazer. But just in case, I will do a bow tie. But first things first, this is all about getting it running. See, this is like, it reminds me of a Bible story that I read, and I'm going to share it with you in a second. So, that's it. See this? Not even attached yet. But I have the proper radio housing for this radio. And this is replaced. I replaced this already. Because if you look at these doors, I even put in the right one, the original one with this. So I've done quite a few things on this car already. I haven't started it, and that's when I got the blow up. So it goes full circle around to this project, and it is a project. These hinges aren't even really attached. They're not even, oh shoot.
Anyone who does not carry his own cross and follow me cannot be my disciple. Let's say some guy really wants to build a tower. Now you might be wondering, why would he want to build a tower? I mean, who wouldn't want to build their very own tower? Come on, right? I mean, don't you think this guy is going to sit down and see if he has all that he needs to finish it? Especially the cash. Because if he pours a foundation, builds the base, and constructs half of it, and then runs out of money and supplies, that would be dumb. And everyone would drive by this dude's tower and be like, hey dummy, you know what you should have done before you built that tower? You should have counted out the cost before you even started. I hate it when people point out stuff that makes perfect sense. Or, what if a king was about to go to war with another king? Wouldn't he first sit down and figure out if his army of 10,000 could beat the other guy's army of 20,000? If not, the dude better sit that one out or he'd get owned. In the same way, any of us who don't count the cost and give up everything can't really be called a disciple of his. Jesus said salt is good, but if it doesn't taste like salt, then it's lost its worth. It wouldn't even be fit for the soil or a pile of manure. So he who has ears, listen.
So this is the inside of the S10 Blazer. See, I bought these. These are the outer tie rod ends for the S10. Driver DL tie rod ends out. DL. because I do need to replace those, but I totally took the gun because this has been taken apart.